engineering isn't that hard, and that's my statement right now. And I will share a little bit about me. Okay, we don't have a lot of time, so let's go started. So I'm Marcus. I was designer since I was 14. So my passion was always the same until today, which was creating a beautiful, enjoyable experience for whoever likes. Okay, and I started make some brand projects, okay, like those ones on the early 2020 on the pandemics. So I really love it, but it wasn't kind of boring. So I started to go to UI UX. Every single project, it's like a template. It's not quite very good. So I was thinking on myself, okay, I'm just doing some fake things. So I would love to make real things. So I know Framer. So I know it Framer. And I started to build apps and e-commerces and websites with real functionality built on web. So I started to develop with no code, basically. Okay. And so today I'm doing that. I have today agents called Mainnet Design, and we do basically those types of design into the moment. And let's go to the introduction. So first, on the early 2000s, creating a web was almost an adventure. Like you need to use Photoshop to do that. And thinking nowadays, that's very crazy. That's outside of our world. So yeah, they use it Photoshop. I don't know somebody else which is seeing right now is build some screens on Photoshop, but was a reality. And as you can see here, we have probably is here in my just a second. As you can see, okay, as you can see, they were building an prototype on the uh, the Photoshop, and that's crazy because we usually think Figma introduced that first, but we had that on Photoshop at 2015. So very interesting. So on on 2010, usually this was a normal conversation, So you send a screen of a picture for a dev and you say, perfect, thanks, okay? And today, when you send that, even with auto layout, spacing, everything on the perfect metrics, you say, where's the responsive? So, reality, just a meme. But without auto layout, it's very hard to survive, okay? There's no way to survive today without layout because usually mobile first is the, let's say, the status quo of all the apps and mainly of the users of the internet. Most part use phone, okay, which is more cheap and fast produced. um, so on the early 20s, the first UI softwares were created, which were the XD, Sketch, and our dear Figma, which is the most used of the world UI software. Okay, so the Figma was very good to we create auto layouts, and not only auto layouts, we can even add some prototypes. So we can build apps in few days using only the Figma. So that's very crazy from the early 2000s where you still need to wait for a dev to build your app. So you can today easily do that by Figma, and it's very, very good. And everybody has some experience with Figma. And even other apps that make prototypes very smooth, like Prototype, and that's one that is very interesting. So let's say on the final of the day, everybody loved your designer, your team love it, managers, stakeholders, and even the devs. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Sometimes devs don't like it, but let's say they like it, your design. And you pass your G screens to your develop team to they build, and then something peculiar happens on the way. That usually is the very common. Everybody knows some real apps that happen. And to minimize that, many companies start to use design system And design system is very awesome because they simply break this bridge, not break, but short, make more short between the language of devs and the language of designers. So usually you can have a way better, um, let's say, communication in your team. And that's it, okay? Is to enhance communication and make that fast, that build fast. And one very good example using Figma is the Nubank, which is a bank here on Latin America. I live in Brazil, okay? And everybody use Nubank because it's one of the best UX experience for money that I ever had. Have those problems, okay, as any common app, okay, but they achieve almost 20,000, no, 200 millions, 200 millions user on this year. So what are their secret? The secret is they have 80% of the screen equal to the real app. And this is a very good consistency between devs and designers. So basically when you come with that um, to the reality, it's very good because you express a nice experience. And how they did that? They make a adherence score uh, plugin they made for themselves. So basically, you click and you select a screen, and you will see and compare if it's good and if it's similar to what they are making on design system. Basically, it's very simple. Okay, so let's say you made your design systems. Okay, is everything very good, very awesome, and now you have very faithful screens, and that's okay. But your process is still stop on Figma. That's the reality we have today. If you are not a dev, okay, if you are not a project engineer, anyways, you sometimes feel that takes a long time to devs build your prototype that are not possible in Figma. So if you have that problem, I will present the best combination on 2025 for you, which is picking up the dev mode, cursor, which is a development EDA. I will show how it works, and a good design system. Combining those three, you have a very powerful weapon at your hand. And this tool can beat any idea you have on your mind using Figma. You know, of course, the Figma is built in on this process, not only those three. So, okay, to understand what I'm going to show you right now, I will assume that you know how works auto layout, okay? Like directions, okay? And even alignments, all the alignments, you know how to works, everything. So gap, padding, if that's okay, perfect. Variables, if you use variables, um, you know how it works, styles and variables, tokens, all those types of things. If you know how to work that, it's perfect, okay? Textiles, pretty simple too if you know how it works, perfect. And componentization, if you know how to use and create components, that will be perfect, okay? If you know that, you know, let's say 60% of the whole experience of engineering at front end, okay? Let me make a disclaimer. That's mainly for front end engineering to build those apps because uh, a part of, let's say, making functional, I will do by Vibe code. So if you know that, we are good to learn a bit of engineering. So basically, let's go to a translation concepts, okay? To be make very clear what we are doing here. I know somebody learn about CSS, HTML, but it's very important to show you. If you want to follow a little bit of this path, you want to you're curious, your best friend is Tailwind. Tailwind is an awesome website. Okay, it's not a website. Sorry, it's a style language. So it's like CSS, but you use more simple language, more, let's say, a friendly syntax. Okay, it's like talking English to the machine. Um, so okay, the first concept I'm gonna translate is the out layout. So instead of you clicking, okay, you're gonna click, click, click. Now you're going to type, and those combinations they make the position of your uh, container inside a box. Okay, so justify is basically the columns. Okay, this is the justify, and the items is basically the lines, the rows. Okay, that's pretty simple. You need some time to get attached with that. Okay, you want see and boom, you record everything to learn. No, you need some practice. Okay, so the variables are the same. So as you have on Figma, just like that, you have on your code like that too. So if you want to put a color of a background, you can simply say, okay, I want gray 800 and put, and they comes. And we can even make tokens, which is linking those variables into some other variables. And we can do the same here with Tailwind and with tokens, okay? The same with textiles. The textile is even more simple. On Figma you have here, and when you click, you can edit all the properties. And here on Tailwind, you can edit the properties too, but it's not like very beautiful, but you can simply type your number with no problems. And the componentization. Here on Figma, we have a very good componentization. You can click, put your size, style type, left icon, and those stuffs. But on Tailwind, usually we put as the name. So there is no drop down. We just need to remember the name. But I will show you how that works. No problems. Um, okay, so what's the common process? We first have a problem. Okay, let me just drink a little bit of water. And I can see what I need to do, and I get lost at my desk. I have AT. That's a problem. I really have. So that's the problem. So what's the ideation of solving this problem? I will put everything at one place, organize it. Well, um, and then maybe I can do a to-do list that can be interesting. And then everybody agreed on my wireframe and my drawing. Boom, we have a design and prototype. So a very MVP concept. I can click, woohoo! I can pass the mouse and I cannot click because Figma has this limitation. So if I put here, it's not working how it should be. You know, of course we can do prototype, but you got it. And basically that's it. Okay. And usually you always ended on this part, which is the prototype. And today I want to show you that you may go beyond by yourself without devs. I'm not seeing the chat, sorry. Uh, okay, sorry. Diogo say one thing. I showed that there is no. That's very important. Sorry, that was the old one I have used it. The Tailwind does not use the Tailwind config anymore, but they put on the global CSS, which is just one document. These are two documents. Today they use one document. Sorry for that, and thank you, Diogo, for correcting me. You can feel free to correct me at any point, guys. If we have any product engineer or a front end here, feel free to send on the chat. Okay. So going back to the new process. So right now we're going to do a little workshop. Okay. Just a disclaimer. I won't be able to show you completely how you can set up your environment to put as I am doing. So you have to install some little programs like Git and PNPM, Node, and these take a little bit of time. But I can help you, anyone that wants to make that after this call. Okay, there's no problem. So first, what you need a design system. Okay, on Figma, that's very important. That's not the most important thing to build, but on Figma is very good to have. Then you need to have the align UI, not the align UI, the start kit. You know, you have always a start kit on every single design system that is real. So probably your company have your Shadcn have. I'm using this one because I have the files. Unfortunately, this one's this one's free, but unfortunately the Figma one's not free. And I'll ask it the owner of the product to give us a discount only for layers. So if they answer, I will send to um, I'll send to Bruno and they send to you. Okay, let's go. So after that, we have a idea, which is the cursor. Okay, so basically, is where we code, nothing more than that. Um, and then let's go to win this thing. I will stop to sharing this. I will share my other one, which is this screen. Okay, so let's have here our Figma. Is a second. Okay, so we have now our Figma presentation. So I'm going to build this screen right here. Okay, so it's where I stop it. So here I have my screen. Okay, and here I have the idea. Basically, everything here is all the pages are here. Okay, page. So if I open this page, I will open this code basically. So I will create another page. Actually, I can do that. I click new folder. Mine is in Portuguese. Sorry for that. I couldn't change at the time. I didn't think on that, but it's new folder. Okay, the button. So I would type like live. Okay, we're all at live. So I will basically copy and create a new page inside of live. Okay, or we call it page.tsx, which is the format of React. Okay, so we have everything set. It's like say it's very pure. I didn't build nothing just to test. Okay, we don't have nothing on this project despite there's a lot of files, but let's go to start. Okay, usually we have this little function, okay, which is the export function. Okay, I will copy and they will make the completion for me. So if I open here on my web browser, I can simply check. Let me open new screen. Just a second. Okay, I will put here, right? I don't know how it's my time, so I have probably more 12 minutes about. So that's good. So I will execute, okay, my code, pnp and dev. So we will execute my code and will be on my local host, which is a link I can open. Okay, is this link here? I will simply open. Okay, and then I will enter on this page, which is /live. So I enter on live. It's compiling. Okay, I hope so. It's compiling and won't get wrong. I was testing like 10 minutes before and was everything fine, everything good. Let me open a new one project. Probably that's it. Let me open this one here. Okay, let me open this new one here. This is my website. Okay, I will open here, and I will open this tests page. Okay, at the same link. Okay, so that's running perfect. This one's running at least. So I will test here, no problems. So I will make the same thing. I will create a new folder. Guys, sorry for that. I was expecting, and we have a lot of things on my screen. Let me just close all the chats. All right. So let's do this one, my new one. Okay. So I will make the same thing. I will create a new folder, call it live. I will create the same file called page.tsx, and then I will copy the same code and I will paste. And I hopefully Hopefully we have live. Okay, nice. That's perfect. So let's go to the next part. Thank you, Laura. So we have here live. Basically, what we have here is a text. Okay, we can put H1 here, and how it works. That thing I showed you from the Tailwind. Here, I can simply text the same H1 I have here. Okay, and it will be like that. So I can put H1, H2 will be this size. Okay, I want a text strong for 900, and we have no. I want a text strong more sub, and I have, and those texts are the same we have here. Text strong sub. I can have soft. I can have zip. So they are the same values, and I can change. And this make way more easier to we understand what happened, and that's not, I hope, not complicated to understand. HTML is necessary, okay, to we understand a little bit. I know I didn't explain, but that's how web works. Anyways, let's go direct to the point. The point is, how can I pick it up that and put here to we play on the browser? I will show how you can do that. And it's pretty simple. Simply, I will put on dev mode. Okay, you need dev mode. And I'm using something called MCP. Somebody have heard about that? Let me just put the shot to I see if anything happens. Okay. All right, let's go. I'm seeing Joe, Isabella. Um, anyways, let's go. Oh, anyways, let me click here and I will do Command L. That will copy the frame link. So the frame link we copy the MCP. The MCP is pretty much like I can make this print and put here and we'll build. But the print doesn't carry the necessary information, which are all the same tokens, the same colors we have, the width, we have here textiles, as you can see. We have a lot of properties that the MCP carries to this program here. So basically, let me copy, okay, with comma L, and I will put here, okay, this, and I will ask him this, the next thing. Hey, copy this screen to page. I will give the context is live, okay. Put on the center, please, okay, and use the same tokens. It's being used on Figma. We have on Tailwind config.ts. Basically, this one is where I have all the tokens. It's like the variables from Figma, but here. Today we don't use like that. Thank you, Joe, so much. We use on the global CSS, which is this one here. Okay, but for demonstration purposes, I will do like that. So after this, I will say to and use please the same components we have on UI. Okay, so basically the same components we have on UI. And that's very important because we pick up all the components we have in the same design system. Probably your design system has this list, which is this one here, like a layer, badge, avatar, drop down, label, link button, and whatever, and goes and goes. And okay, and let me what and say me what it's matched and what's not. I will put as GPT-5. Okay, GPT-5 is the best one to build. Okay, now it's gonna build. So I'm feeling just like the Figma make presentation on this config right now, where she typed it and didn't work. That happens even with Figma presentations on config, the main keynote. But I'm waiting for GPT loading here. Okay. While that, I will show the result, okay? Because it takes a little bit of time because he analyzes everything, so it takes a little bit of time. So let me just show the little bit more of the live part. Basically, we are using here live. Actually, I will open in tests A. Test A, that's correct. Okay, that's like how it should be. I hope so too much. And as you can see here, we have um, this code is exactly this. Okay, so if I change a lot, it will change here too. Okay, so that's how it works. And let's say we have this border. Okay, as you can see here. If I want to change this border, I can simply come here on, let me find here. I can simply pick it up this border. I don't want this border. And I can remove, I want a more dark border. So put stroke and put strong. And there will be a more dark one. Okay, I need to put border, And that's the exactly same token we have here, like strong one, okay? And something very interesting from this is that we usually pick it up the dark mode. If you put dark mode on your variables, normally, if you enter here and put your whole computer on dark mode, I hope it works. Oh my god. No way. It's not working for some reason. I don't believe. Oh my god. Yeah, it should work because it's live and the Murphy law usually works like that. So basically, he's creating here my my app, and he's thinking and playing next moves, but he will create everything here without making one single line of code. Of course, I need to know how to change the things, like I don't want here to be a title of age 5. I know I want age 4. I can simply change, like no, I want age 3, so we can easily change. So let's say we have here our test, okay, and I want to this work, okay. So I will click here auto, okay, and I will find where is the part I want to make work. So I want to tap here up, and then I click here, and it simply works. So that's my dream right now, and okay, it works. Okay, so let me just see the new one. Just a second. Oh, I don't know what happened. Okay, whatever. Let's go. So basically, let me put the right border. Sorry, it's strong. I don't like this border at all. Soft. Okay, so I want to select that to when I click add a new task. Okay, so I will pick it up. This will command L, and I will say, please make when I input the text, make it goes to the task list. Okay, basically that's it. Go to the task list and click on the button. For sure, I need to click. Okay, so basically I gave a prompt, okay, and selected the protocol, and I hopefully when should that make work. So if it takes a lot, I will stop and I go to the next page, okay, because unfortunately I don't have a lot of time, but I have 3 or 4 minutes, and it works. So while it works, I will go back to my presentation. Okay, I were doing Let me just change now for this one. Okay. So let's go to the conclusion. Okay. So as you can see, engineering isn't a seven-headed monster. Maybe it's a two-headed, because there is a lot of new concepts. Okay, and takes a little bit of time to work the prompt, but you can see a video while that. But for sure, it's pretty simple that you can learn like a new language, so it's pretty simple, like a tool. You just need practice. Okay, and like you can have a lot of jobs of product designers, engineers, and this would be very good for you, I hope so. And the salary is very big, as just as full stack engineer, he made it. Let me see. Just a second, let me just show my food was ready. I already cooked it. So if I click here, I can add, I can add those things. I just need to make this filter. While I talk, I will put the prompt and we're gonna run. So the salary is very good because you can design and you can build. So it's a way nice path for career if you're tired of being UI UX, or if you're tired only to being engineer. You can be a product design engineer. So beyond only money, I know the salary is like $200,000 per year. That's crazy, even for me, especially for me. You earn a completely new horizon vision, and that's the most beautiful thing. Because when I learned to create my own screens, I basically felt just like I was playing Minecraft at the first time when I have 9 years old. So it was pretty awesome because I didn't have any limits. So I started to build, I started to code, I started to make all the stuffs I was trying to do. So I didn't stop on Figma. I work with Figma for sure, but didn't stop at that. So if you learn a little bit more, of course, you should go to that, which is my job here. I'm gonna feel very proud. And the important learning path is going to SSS HTML. Okay, that's the most basic ABC, and the JavaScript. Okay, that's the path. The first one I recommend resources is JavaScript mastery. You can learn like stock market, web app, e-commerce, web shop, a lot of those things. And the Memorizely Bootcamp, which is where I learn a design system, and they will teach you how you can do that in a perfect way by like 1 month or 2 months. I don't know exactly, but it's way more specialized in 30 minutes talk. And me, you can feel free to get in touch if you. Oh my god.